I was 5 when I learned what secrets are.
Let's keep this a secret, alright?
It was said to Wilbur, not me. I must have known Wilbur was special. If Dad was speaking to him like that, not like he was an annoying child, but like they were equals.
But what if they never go away?
Bearing the same burdens and battle scars. I was 6 years old when I got a secret to keep of my own, and truly understood its burden. A year later, Wilbur was crowned.
I swear life to the service of my people. I swear solemnly to do my royal duty to protect my people and
He
their
recited
freedom.
oaths of fairness,
An oath of
justice,
fealty
fealty,
to the kingdom,
and
of
tons of
respect
other
for
things
its
I didn't know the meaning of.
history and traditions.
He was proclaimed King Wilbur,
I name you ruler and
protector
protector of the kingdom. Long live King Wilbur!
Long live King Wilbur! King Wilbur!
2 years later, on the cusp of my 10th birthday, I asked Technoblade again to train me. This time, he said yes. Time was passing without my notice. We grew together, me and my king brother, taller and broader, stronger and smarter. Well, Wilbur for the latter, to be honest. The number of Wilbur's duties, by the way, had grown so much that he was investing all his time in them, forgetting about me. That was alright, because I had Techno. We would spar and talk until Techno was inevitably called back to the king's side. But that was alright, because by then, I was getting tired of Techno constantly poking in my ribs and saying unfamiliar words. However, the days that Techno stayed with Wilbur were indistinguishable in their momentous quiet. On one of those days, I was walking aimlessly through the castle, and I heard something that had been missing since my mother's death. Music.
His Majesty has a lot of paperwork to do.
Oh, if so, then His Majesty would certainly welcome my esteemed company. What are you doing? You've been here all day. You know, missed breakfast and lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom's on fire, rioting in the streets. The guards are staging a coup. Techno's leading them.
Sure, Tommy. What do you want, Tommy?
Starvation's a pretty shit way to go. Find a less dumb way to die.
I'm not hungry.
Oh, how embarrassing for you.
Shut up.
Doing some important paperwork again. Conscription? What does that mean?
Swallow before speaking.
Swallow before speaking. You sound like an old governess. So grouchy. You're an ass. And your tea is rubbish.
Techno made that tea.
Oh. It's alright then.
Gods, Tommy, will you ever grow out of your hero worship of him?
Techno could have left. He should have left. After those long nights of me waking up crying, Wilbur's dark moods, days where both of us felt so frayed that unraveling each other felt like the only way to fix it. But he stayed. He stayed to watch Wilbur be crowned, stayed to be his most trusted advisor, stayed and kept him together, not letting him fall apart under the pressure and expectations. He stayed to mark my height, despite insisting that I had not grown an inch. He stayed even after Wilbur forced him to attend balls and galas, and endured each one of my jabs about the suits he was made to wear. How on earth could I grow out of worshipping someone like that?
Maybe if you were awesome, I'd hero worship you too.
I'm awesome.
Wilbur, if you have to say I'm awesome to prove you're awesome, you're not awesome.
Do you remember when we used to pick these with Mother?
Oh, of course. It's hard to forget. We'd go down to the orchards with big wicker baskets. You used to lift me up on your shoulders so I could get to the ones on the higher branches.
I probably can't lift you now.
I'm not that heavy.
It's not a matter of whether I could, it's a matter of whether you'd let me.
We could just try shooting apples down with arrows.
I'll try not to shoot for your eye this time.
I don't remember much about her, but I remember how much she loved those apple picking days. She used to gather the apple blossoms and toss them at us just to make us laugh whenever we'd get bored.
No, that was Father.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I told you I don't really remember.
It's alright, Tommy. There's no need to apologize. He abandoned you too.
Silence fell between us. If we had said another word, it would definitely be about the phantoms that had been hanging over us for nearly a decade. How lucky we were to be haunted by two types of ghost. The ghost of one who had died and one who had left.
You didn't answer my question. What does conscription mean?
You don't need to know, Tommy.
I'm the prince of this kingdom, Wilbur. I deserve to know.
Oh, suddenly you're interested in the affairs of the realm.
I've always been interested.
What's our highest earning exported product then?
Apples, tea, parchment.
You are a ridiculous child.
I'm not a child.
You are. Look at yourself. You're supposed to be a prince, and yet you spend your days play fighting with Techno, or annoying the guards, or annoying me. What part of your behavior isn't childlike? Tommy. Tommy, wait.
You're not the fucking boss of me.
Tommy, gods, you're proving my point if you walk out that door.
I don't care. Screw you, Wilbur. Screw you.
Tommy!
After 6 years under Techno's tutelage, I could hold my own against knights twice my age and size. I'd even beaten Wilbur once, though he of course claimed that he went easy on me. But I had never beaten Techno. I was sure even Wilbur, who had been training with Techno for longer, hadn't. But that didn't matter this time, because it wasn't about winning this time.
Let me guess. You and Wilbur had a fight again.
He called me an annoying child.
He does that every day, Tommy.
I know. It was different this time, though. He might have actually meant it.
Ah. Well, Wilbur's not having a very fun week, so I take anything he says with a grain of salt.
I wouldn't know that. Neither of you tell me anything.
You never express a desire to be told.
I would appreciate being told regardless.
Noted then.
He didn't even run after me. He would have. Before.
Before what? Before he was king?
Now, being a king has nothing to do with it. It was different before. Before he started choosing being king over being my big brother.
Oh, Tommy. You think he has a choice?
Not much had changed with Techno over the years. He still kept his hair long and occasionally let me braid it. His hands remained as scarred as ever, with some fresh ones now and again from adventures he told no one about. He even still wore those funny shirts with ruffles. However, instead of the emerald earring, he had the sapphire I'd given him mostly as a joke. And no, I wasn't pleased in the slightest to see Techno wearing it.
Something's really happening. Something bad.
Things are a bit fragile right now. But I'm trying. I really am. And I need you to know that, Tommy.
I'll do. I trust you.
Techno became an expert in politics and etiquette. It was the only aspect he was lacking in, he'd said. And he needed to cover for Wilbur when push came to shove on the debate floor. And while Wilbur and I couldn't understand his sudden zeal, we still knew that Techno needed rest as much as any other human being. So, we took care of Techno in return for him taking care of us. And when he sometimes disappeared in the middle of the night, or went off to God knows where for days on end, we'd simply welcome him back when he was ready. No questions asked. Partially because the look on Techno's face implied that whoever asked would be thrown off a balcony.
If things are so bad, why are you here then? Shouldn't you be at the king's side, Sir Right-Hand Man? Oh. He kicked you out too, didn't he?
I suggested a solution that would end all of our problems very easily. Wilbur vetoed it, adamantly.
So you're throwing a tantrum.
Ha, I'm not you, Tommy. But I suppose under the dictionary definition of a tantrum, I am currently in the middle of one.
We'll be okay, Techno. I mean, it's you and Wilbur. You'll figure it out like you always do.
That's enough saccharine garbage for one day. Get up so I can beat you to the ground again.
What does saccharine mean?
It means you need to brush up on your vocabulary, Tommy.
His Majesty needs you.
Go. At least one of us is welcome back in His Majesty's good graces.
He should be looking for a way back into yours.
The guards standing outside were gone, which meant that Techno was still inside. After all, who needs guards with Technoblade there?
Quiet today, but that hardly means anything. I think they know something I don't, Techno.
Did you do the breathing exercises I taught you?
Of course I did. I did everything you
Said, I always do.
Then why won't you let me do this for you?
Do what?
Because it won't help. We
Don't
don't
know why they're gathering at the border yet.
You've studied history. You know nothing good ever comes from that sort of maneuver, Wilbur. Meanwhile, the longer we wait, the less prepared we'll be when they...
If they do, I've sent the conscription notices.
You did? When?
This afternoon, after my little brother looked
me in the eyes and I realized just how much I have to lose.
Something bad was really happening. Our family had maintained peace in the kingdom for decades, and those talks about borders were never joyful affairs. I didn't know how to ignore the groaning feeling, but there was one thing I knew for certain. None of this would be happening if Father had stayed. Techno did, even when we had only known him for a few months. Secrets were terrible, heavy things.
Yes?
It's me.
I was still unsure of who was waiting on the other side, the king or the brother.
Hello. Can I come in?
Techno told you to come, didn't he?
Does it matter?
Suppose not.
I like this. Really ties the room together, I think.
Cut the crap, Wilbur. Just tell me why you're here.
We need to talk, Tommy.
Alright. Talk then.
First of all, I would like to apologize for what I said earlier. You are never an annoyance to me, Tommy, but you are a child.
Wilbur.
Let me finish. You are a child, and that isn't a bad thing. You're allowed to be what you are, and you're young. But that's also the reason why I thought it was best to keep things from you. In my efforts to protect you, I drove you away, and that's the last thing I want. And you're right, speaking with Techno did help me come to that conclusion. But we all need Techno's help now and again, don't we?
I don't need to be protected, Wilbur.
Then why do you always look so sad?
What?
Whenever you think no one's watching, you look so sad, Tommy. But I see you. You joke and laugh and shout all day, but the moment you're alone, you get this look on your face, like you're carrying some heavy weight and you're trying to find somewhere to set it down, but there's nowhere. I've seen that look before, Tommy, and that's why I'm scared for you. Because Father...
Don't compare me to him. I'm nothing like him.
Prove it then. Do what he never had the guts to do and tell me. Tell me what you're carrying and I'll help you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so shit at this. Okay, here. To prove to you that I can handle your secret, I'll tell you mine.
You have a million secrets, Wilbur. Maybe even more than that.
I know, but this is the secret. I hear voices. Right here. Voices that aren't mine, or anyone else's as far as I know. We're still trying to figure it out.
We?
Techno and I.
Ah, of course. What do these voices say?
Sometimes they're cryptic, vague, talking about fate and strings. Sometimes they just taunt me. And sometimes it's worse. So much worse.
And right now?
Right now, they're telling me to kill you.
Wilbur, you can't.
I'm not going to do it, Tommy. I would never hurt you. But the voices, they're saying it's inevitable. That it's your destiny to die by my hand. That this is a story that has been told many times over. And we can't change how it ends.
And how does it end?
Badly.
You don't actually know what the voices are saying are real. I mean, maybe it's all just nonsense and it won't actually happen.
But it already has. 2 months ago, the voices told me there was something coming. That an army was gathering at our northern borders.
But we don't have any enemies.
That's what I thought too. But I sent some spies to investigate just in case, and they confirmed it. Just like the voices said, a war might be coming, Tommy.
What was it that Techno had said? Wilbur's not having a fun week? He put it so mildly. War. Such a small word for such a big thing.
Well, that's that then.
Techno and I are trying to make contact with the foreign army's generals. We're doing everything we can to stop it from happening, Tommy. But yes, that's it. Those are my biggest secrets. The rest are inconsequential. I think it's your turn, Tommy.
After that reveal, anything I say will just sound stupid.
It won't. Whenever you're ready, Tommy, I'm right here.
I wanted to yell. I wanted to crack my fist open on the marble column. I wanted to pinch myself and wake up yesterday when nothing was wrong except for the gone and pain that had never gone away.
You want my secret? I saw him. That night, I saw him.
He kissed my hair, and that's what woke me. I saw him walk away from my bed towards my window. I saw him open it, and I saw him climb out. Or jump out. I want to say he flew out like a bird, but I don't remember that part very well. What I do remember is just lying here, fully awake, knowing something was really fucking wrong. I just laid there. Eventually I climbed out of bed, and I went to their room, wanting to believe that I had just dreamt it all. And that's when I found Mom.
And most days, Wilbur, that's all I think about. How I was awake, and I could have stopped him, and I could have made him stay. And you wouldn't have needed to be king so young. I could have spared you for all of this, Wilbur. And everything's gone to shit. It's all my... I want to help you, but I don't know how. Nobody ever taught me how.
Tommy.
But the worst thing is that maybe I should have seen it coming. He used to come by your door in the middle of the night. I kept my door open. I used to think he would eventually knock. But he never did. I think he was saying goodbye long before he left.
Tommy, you were 6.
And that was it. The end. The end of guilt and paranoia, of stumbling through life, unsure of where I stood with my brother, of fear that one day Wilbur might find out and hate me. But this wasn't hate. This was the opposite.
It's alright, Tommy. Let it all out. See, isn't it lighter with someone else to carry it with?
You always have to be right, don't you?
Otherwise, I'd be stripped of my title as Grand Master of Pretentiousness.
What will your voices say after you suffer such a disgrace?
Funnily enough, they're very quiet right now.
So, what happens now?
I don't know. But what I do know is that there should be no more secrets between brothers. Agreed?
Agreed. No more secrets. What? What does it say?
You wanted to know what conscriptions were for, Tommy? Well, you're about to find out.
I promise I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I just wanted for you to be proud of me. You were the exiles, but why am I the one who felt so exiled? 'Cause I bet you told people that I was the traitor when you were the one who made up promises. Your land, your words, your love was lost all at once. I swear I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just wanted to prove to you that I can, but it's too late. You've accepted the fate and left all of us to cry in the dark. I feel so alone, so cramped up at the same time. Missing you is a crime, but who am I to lie? Oh, look at you now, trying to mend the bond. Oh, what happened to the figure I used to know? I know you didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just want you to know that I truly care, but it's too late. You've accepted the fate and left all of us without a goodbye.